And we're back.
And this is the first time we're taking 2 shots. So we'll see how this episode goes.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, you just... All right, cool.
It's all good.
Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It just tastes like...
Once again, my favorite form of hydration.
Yeah, he drinks it on a daily. Like, he drinks it before going to the gym. He drinks it before going to the movies.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. Welcome back. Again, we have an amazing guest today.
Yeah, keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
Powerhouse actress, fashion designer. You've seen her on Grey's Anatomy, Quantum Leap, and most recently
Freeridge on Netflix. We have Ciara Wilson in the building. Welcome to the podcast for a second time.
Yeah.
Also, again, very excited.
Yeah. Awesome.
It didn't change.
Yeah, it didn't change. We're still feeling it. Maybe feeling it a little more now since we took 2 shots.
A little more excited.
How you been though? I haven't seen you in years.
Yeah.
Absolutely many years.
Many years.
I've been great. Just, chugging along, doing the thing.
Nice. So for history for everybody, I have known Ciara since we said off camera, maybe when you were 13.
Yeah.
You're now 21. So it's been quite a long time, but quite a long time since I haven't seen you, and you've been killing the game. And definitely had to have you come on the podcast. So thank you for coming
happy
through.
To be here.
Yeah, so
catch up with you and stuff. Yeah.
You were previously a dancer.
Yes.
So how did that come about? Where are you? Are you from California?
No, I'm from Portland, Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up doing competition dance in Portland and going to Seattle for all the conventions and stuff. That was my whole world as a kid. And then I came out to LA. I did an acting camp and got an agent at the end of that acting camp, and then came out to LA for acting and dance.
Oh,
so I was so I was dancing a lot of the first couple years I was in LA.
Was that acting camp your introduction to acting?
I had done acting in Portland. There's actually a little bit of a industry there. I did commercials and voiceovers, and they shoot a lot in Portland. Yeah. Portlandia. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
That was one of my first callbacks ever in Portland.
That's sick.
That's dope.
It was so fun. Yeah, so I did a little bit there, a little bit of theater stuff too. I'm not super into theater, but that was just my parents just put me in every class imaginable as a child.
Gotcha. Yeah. Were you when you were out there? Did you start with dance, or in school? Were you always athletic? Did you do sports? Or?
I did. Okay. I did a lot of sports. I did ski racing.
What is that? Just
they
racing
that at schools?
When you see with the slalom is what it's called.
Yeah.
The 2 flags.
Yeah.
I did a lot of ski racing.
Sick.
I lived
crazy.
45 minutes from Mount Hood in Oregon.
Oh shit!
Which is the only mountain in the U.S. that has snow all year round. So
I'm assuming they only offer that in specific schools then, because they don't have that
here.
They don't have that here. That is crazy.
I did just the usual soccer and stuff. I did golf, competitive golf, which was really fun. So I pretty much did everything, and my parents were like, "What's gonna stick? Let's just put her in everything and see what happens."
How did they know? How did they know to put you into dance? How did?
It was just, I think I was just moving and grooving from out of the womb.
Yeah.
They were
for real, just any song.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so, but dance is a good community. Growing up with the competitive dance circuit, that's how I found all my friends. And I think they, I think I resonated with that as a kid, where I was like, okay, these are my people.
Definitely. Yeah. How did you feel that transition then from Oregon to LA, and especially with dance? Is there dancing in Oregon, or
There is. It's mostly Seattle, Washington, Vancouver, Washington, that area. But yeah, there's definitely more of a community here.
Yeah. So how was that? Was it overwhelming? Because LA is just, that's a different animal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I think I was just so young that I just, when you're young, you're ballsy.
Yeah.
You just don't care.
So when people nowadays are asking me what was that like coming out to LA at 10, 11 years old and just being I'm gonna make it as an actor and a dancer, and I was I don't know how I did that, but I kind of just it
was just a thought, and you just went for it.
I was this is what I love to do, this is what I'm passionate about, so just throw me out there, and there's a healthy amount of delusion in any given dream.
Yeah, no.
So
facts.
I was there's no way it's not gonna work out for me if I just work hard and figure it out.
Did you think at first, because you said you were balancing dance and acting, but I've known you as a dancer when I met you. Did you think dance was the career, or were you always in your mindset still like?
That's a good question. I think I knew they were gonna go hand in hand for me. I didn't come out specifically for one or the other, and I think with acting, it's hard because, you know, with auditions, there's like a lot of like wait period and not, you know, it's as an actor, it's like you need to kind of have other things to do, like hobbies to keep your mind not like, you know, waiting by the phone. Like, am I going to get a call? So dance was really good for me because I had something to do all the time.
Facts.
And I like, there's a lot of acting roles too that go hand in hand with dance. Like I've played a lot of like dance coaches on shows or like, you know, stuff that requires dance. So they went hand in hand, but acting definitely took over pretty soon after I got here.
What do you think? When was that time that took over? Was it like when you booked your first acting job? Like, how did you know, like, all right, acting is like the main thing? Like,
yeah, I think it was just when I was booking, and like the dance scene, it's so competitive, and you really have to like, you have to train, you have to like make connections, you have to be in classes all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that I was like, I either have to put 100% of my energy into this, or like I'm not gonna, you know, be able to keep up.
That's exactly how I felt, especially with our time too, because that's when Instagram started coming out too. And like,
and the kids like, that time period where it was like the kid dancers were like popping off. Online.
Online and Instagram. You got to post on Instagram like daily. When do you think? Because for me, I kind of have that timeline of like I know when dance wasn't going to be my final like end goal and stuff. Like, when do you think that like happened for you? Like, was there a specific time, or was there a specific thing that happened where you're like, okay, dance is fun, but maybe just as a hobby?
Yeah, I think it was when I booked my first movie, Kim Possible, that took me to Vancouver.
Nice.
I was actually on a dance troupe that made it to World of Dance. And I was in all of the like audition process.
Wait, what team?
It was called Girl Cool with Bobby DeCones.
Oh, I know Bob. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I was on that team, and I was like their like little spokesperson, and I went through all the interviews and we made it to the final round. And then I booked the job, and I was like, I can't be on the show. So they found a replacement. And then I went to all the live tapings and stuff. I was still like supporting them.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I was like, you know, that kind of took priority, and I was like, okay, maybe, you know, this is going to work out for me. And so maybe it's time to like leave dance as a career behind.
And then when did fashion come into the mix?
Oh yeah. That's a whole new ballgame. Quarantine 2020. I was bored.
Yeah.
And
I was bored.
I was bored. I was bored, and I was like, I'm gonna start sewing. And I'm like short, and so I like none of my pants are the right
the right size.
The right size.
Or you just can't find them.
I literally started sewing because I'm like, I just want pants that fit me. Like I just need to hem the bottoms. And then I was like, oh, this is really cool, and like it's good creative outlet for me. And I started that kind of just like took off.
Interesting. Yeah. So you do sewing and everything. It just literally just found in quarantine.
Yeah. I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos and kind of like figured it out.
That's
super sick. And then you designed your outfit for your red carpet for Freeridge, right? That was so sick. So maybe we could put it like right here. We'll put it right here. But it's like, it was like a white suit with red film on the jacket, and the film was actual pictures, right?
It was actual pictures of my cast at our like wrap party right after we finished filming last summer. Literally, like the second they yelled cut, we all jumped in a car and drove straight to Palm Springs. And it was 2 a.m. at this point. We wrapped at 2 a.m. And we drove to Palm Springs, and we like had the whole weekend there in an Airbnb, and we took a bunch of film photos. And I was like, sick. This is what I want for the premiere. Because like, you know, I love
it's special.
Are you close with your co-stars?
So close.
That's so
They're my
sick.
best friends.
That's so sick.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. When you booked that job, or let's go back even past that, what was your first acting job?
My first acting job was, oh boy, I think it was a co-star on Henry Danger, the Nickelodeon show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's that new stuff. I haven't.
I know.
Because we're in that generation of like, I miss like
Drake and Josh,
you know, and all that. But
Zoe 101.
I remember auditioning for that show all the time.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
it ran for so many seasons.
It did. So that was your first job, though.
That was my first job. First time being on like a big professional set. I had done like smaller stuff, but that was like the,
Yeah, the big thing, big acting role.
Yeah.
How did you feel how did you feel when you got that call? You know what I mean? Like,
I remember it very vividly.
Yeah.
I was sleeping and my mom woke me up because I like to sleep in. I'm not a morning person. It was probably like 2 p.m.
Hey, I'm right there. I'm right there
You're
with
talking
you.
to the right people.
You're talking to the right people.
Okay.
You're talking to the right people.
I remember her like poking me and I was like, like, no.
Yeah.
Wake up, and she's like, no, you're going to want to wake up.
Yeah.
You're going to be on television.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's cute.
So going with acting and the fashion, kind of like what is the main like objective for you? Like what's the next step for you think?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been doing acting for a long time and I love it very deeply, but this like fashion design side of myself has become like a really, really like deep-rooted passion for me. And I'm like in the process of combining the two and like intertwining them and using them to like help each other. So it was really cool having this job, Freeridge, where I had like a platform to do press and premiere. And then I was like, right when I got it, I was like, I want to make everything that I step out on the red carpet for. Because then I can like establish myself as like a fashion designer as well.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I went to New York Fashion Week, which was really cool and inspiring. And then I am planning on coming out with a brand this year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amazing.
So just kind of like, intertwining the two. I hope to do both of them forever. They like really go hand in hand, which most people don't think about. But, there's a whole side of being an actor, which is, fashion. And,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, I want to go more deeper, too, with your career and stuff and more family related is like, how were your parents with this decision? Because...
Yeah.
I mean, you started, how old were you when you started dance, though?
3.
That's crazy.
4,
so, yeah,
like
we're
that.
on the same page.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming, like, your parents were fully, like, supportive, but, like, how was that for your parents, like supporting you and all that from the get-go?
I simply, of course, could not have done it without them because I was 10 years old. There's no way I could have. And I think that they kind of had the same mindset where, a little bit of healthy delusion of like, if this is what she really wants to do, let's like give it a shot. And I was like, owe it all to them. That was insane of them, but it worked out.
Seriously.
Amazingly.
Were your parents like did they know the industry?
No,
no, like you're the first of the family.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
My dad is like a business guy, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom who used to work in pharmaceutical sales.
Okay.
So they're really, and they're like not. I love them. They're great, but they're not creative at all. Like, they just can't sing, can't dance, can't draw.
They just gotta do what they gotta do.
They're like, where did this child come from? My brother is the opposite of me, too.
Really?
Like, he's like super school-oriented, tennis player, introverted.
Gotcha.
So
that's
just kind of like the wild
card. A wild card just came out of
Yeah.
nowhere. That's crazy. So, so with the fashion then and dance and acting, like where do you think the fashion passion came from? Like besides fitting the pants and all that, like where do you think that came from?
Yeah, my Grammy is actually like really creative.
Okay.
And she sews, and I have a lot of her like pieces that she made back in fashion school. So I think that's where it comes from. But I don't know. I've always loved fashion since I was younger, but I never like thought to do it myself.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of like clicked in my brain. And I just love the process of it. Like sewing is it's creative, but it's also like very mathematical in a way because you really have to like figure out the measurements.
Yeah.
And a lot of it isn't like, it's not like painting where you can kind of just like
free range of everything.
Like you really have to, like if you don't get the measurements right, it will not look good.
Yeah, you're just fucked completely.
Yeah, and it's kind of like putting together IKEA furniture. You know how it's like a mindless activity that's like tedious?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, I just kind of like get in the zone and I like that, the mindlessness of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when you're working on your clothes and stuff, what's the first thing, like how do you come up with your idea with the film and stuff or like other ideas? Because we've seen your Instagram, you've made most of your like red carpet or your premiere stuff. Like where is the first idea? Like how do you come up with that?
I'm like a very visual person.
Okay.
I have like a folder in my phone of like pictures of random things, like even like the side corner of a table, or like I like the wood of this table, how it kind of like goes like that. So I have pictures like that, and then I can kind of just like morph that into.
So we did a good job at the table.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna take a picture of this table before I leave.
Cool.
Just letting you know.
Cool.
Yeah, and I like working with unconventional materials a lot, like the film strips. Right when I got them back, sick. I was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah, that's so dope.
This thing, and like I blew my side view mirror off my car recently, and I saved it. And I'm gonna make it into a belt.
Oh, that's sick. That's so sick. That's so sick.
I like, objects and visual things and just
crazy.
Stuff that you wouldn't expect.
That's dope. And it's like different too. I'm sure like it's very like fulfilling for you, like doing that stuff. So
it is.
Rewarding.
Yeah. Now as an actor, let's go into the acting questions. I know this
guy. Just kidding.
You're ready.
This guy's been ready, but like as an did you go to acting school or?
I didn't go to like a specific acting school. I took classes.
Okay. Like master classes and
all that. I did like for the first 7 years of my career, I went to one studio, Cynthia Baines Young Actors Studio, and then I switched over to Anthony Mandel's, where I went for like 2 years before I booked the show.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I always like asking other actors this question because it's always a different answer. Mm-hmm. But when you have a script in your lap for the first time and then you read it through once, what's the first thing that you do to like
hone in the character?
Yeah, to become Demi, to become whatever character it is.
That's a great question. I think I read everything out loud. Mm-hmm. Just because I don't want it to sit a certain way in my head.
Yeah, totally.
You know that. Like there's so memorizing, like everything happens out loud.
Yeah.
I had like a philosophy for like the first 7 years of my acting career that is very different than how I do things now. Mm-hmm. I like used to approach it really academically, and I would do like a lot of character work, and I would do like 3 pages of written work for every audition, and that was great. It was very like immersive, but it was giving me a lot of anxiety.
Totally, yeah.
And I felt like if I didn't sit down and like do 3 pages of work, I wasn't gonna book anything. Yeah. And it was like a really big battle in my brain. So when I switched over to this different studio, it's all about like following your gut. Like at this studio, we don't memorize the lines. Yeah. We don't like it's all just kind of your first instinct. And I think that really clicked for me. And I'm glad I had that foundation to begin with.
Yeah.
But that just works better for me. It's all about like following my gut. Like I don't memorize my lines for self-tapes. I do it as a cold read.
That's crazy. That's almost exactly how my studio taught it.
Really?
It was, like they would give us if it was a cold read, they would give us the scene and they would give us they would be like, go work on it. And they would give us about like 10 minutes and then our teacher would come and take all of our sides.
That's crazy.
And they'd be like, okay, now you still have time to work on it, but now you don't have the script in front of you.
That's crazy. Yeah. So you just cold read. You gotta like, be the character.
You know the script, now just figure your character out and then come back and
damn. So that is like what you taught me too when I had my call.
Yeah, that's what I do with you.
Exactly. That is crazy. That is crazy.
It's good to know.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, that's the cool thing about acting is that it's different for everyone.
Exactly. And like that academic thing could work for other people.
Completely not work for someone else, and that's just what's cool about it.
This is kind of a tangent, but OSHA that's how they taught acting, the academic way.
I think it was beginning acting too.
It was literally like write a whole page of notes. Which is cool. Like that will work for some people, but that doesn't work for me.
No, I think beginning too, when I was younger, like doing acting, I think I was the academic way as well. Like just like writing down like every line I have, highlighting the lines.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Just studying that. But when you did tell me that, like think of it as the character and do the cold read, like when we were practicing for that callback, like that, I think that did switch.
Yeah,
it's just different. It makes you feel more open and willing to like just be that character.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Totally. What was your first callback?
My first callback? I think it was for Portlandia.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
That was in Portland. That was fun. I really wanted that one. Didn't get it.
Hey, you're here
okay.
now.
I do know the girl who got it and she killed it.
Hey, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember like an audition where you're like, oh, fuck, I fucked that shit up? Like
bad?
Bad.
Yeah.
Like
there's a good
I fucked that shit up.
Okay.
Usually my dialect I usually am like that, but like what is like an audition where you remember you're like fuck
or both one where you were like fuck and one where you were like fuck but you didn't get it.
And then there's a fuck.
Yeah. There's two different. There's two different fucks.
Well, the funny thing about me is I literally to like protect my peace I audition and just kind of wipe it from my memory. I can't tell you the last 10 things I auditioned for because it just like is healthier for me to not.
Literally.
Facts. Literally facts.
Let's see. I've definitely bombed countless auditions. When they were in, because now they're all like self-tapes and on Zoom, but when they're in person, it's a very like stressful environment. I can't remember anything specifically. I think my brain is protecting me.
Do you, actually, I'm happy you brought that up. Do you prefer the in-person or the self-tape?
This is why we are partners, bro. This is why we're partners.
I prefer self-tapes.
Okay, interesting. I prefer the in-person.
Okay, see, if you would ask me like a year ago, I would have said in person. But I'm so far gone from in person, and now I've like figured out self-tapes, and I like the fact that I can just control what I do. The environment and everything. And I can do them as cold reads as well. Now that's like my thing, but I would not want to bring in, the script and like look like it was a cold read in person. Yeah. But I do like the conversation, the back and forth.
I do get the anxiety of going in person, but I've realized over COVID when I do the self-tapes, I get more anxious with the self-tapes because I keep watching them and I'm like, no, I can do better. No, I can do better. And then I have like 10 takes and I'm just like, which one do I send in?
I see what you mean. I just like that you can just play around with different like, you know what I mean? If you don't,
I think you would have an overall better performance with the self-tape.
Yeah, definitely. You just have more tries. It's just when you go in person, it's just one and done. Yeah, that's it. And your career is done if you fuck up. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Anthony Lee.
Yeah, for real. What is your favorite part of being on set, and what's your least favorite part of being on set?
That's a great question. Favorite part, I would say the people. It's really fun to like step onto a set and you meet like 100 new people and you can like, cast like the camaraderie of it all and just like spending a set amount of time with these people, whether it be like 3 months for a series or like a week for a guest star. It's just fun to like know you're all like in it for the same reasons. Yeah. Least favorite, I would say.
Let's stir the pot. What do you?
Yeah, I would say it depends on the project, but a lot of the times they have to move really, really, really fast, and it's kind of stressful, and it kind of takes the creativity out of acting, where it's more like you actually just have to get the job done. Yeah, and I've been told like, hey, it's 105 degrees outside, we're behind, you have 2 takes. I don't care if your acting is mediocre. Yeah, just do it. So it's like. It's part of the job.
For sure.
But it's not like class where you can play around and like it's just kind of a, just got to do it.
Yeah.
As much as you can say, let's talk about the Netflix set. Okay. How was working for Netflix? Let's start with that question. How was the Netflix? Did it shoot in Canada?
No, it shot literally in Burbank.
That's crazy.
Wow, yeah, really good. I don't think most Netflix shows film in LA.
No, they don't. Yeah, I got very, very lucky.
Yeah, wow, that's
very
great.
Very happy that that happened.
Wow. Yeah. So what was it? What was that like?
It was the best filming experience of my entire life. Like
that's great.
Straight up, I think it was a lot because I actually booked the job 2 years before we started filming. Oh, because it was it's a spin-off. Freeridge is a spin-off of On My Block.
Yeah, for sure.
And when we auditioned, it was a potential spin-off. And so they didn't know if it was going to be picked up. And they said, just do a cameo in the end of On My Block and then we'll figure it out. And they were dummy sides. They hadn't figured out like any of the storyline. They had like rough outlines of the character. Yeah. And so I booked it, filmed On My Block, which was so much fun, but we still couldn't be like fully excited. Yeah. And then like 3 months later, it was picked up. And then like a year after that, we started filming. So it was fun to be able to like sit with the character for a really long time and feel like it was a little bit written around me as a person too, as I got to know like the team and the writers and producers. So that was really cool.
Once it got picked up, how long was shooting?
How long from when it picked up, or how long was shooting?
From when it picked up.
Probably a year.
Wow, hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah, that's why you were so close to your co-stars.
Yeah, because we were Zooming, we lived in different places and we were like Zooming every single day and we're like, we're going to go on this ride together, so we need to get to know each other really, really well.
That's great.
So you guys were still Zooming at the time. When what?
COVID, right? It was during COVID?
It was COVID. The whole audition process, which is crazy. I don't understand how Netflix has faith in its actors like this, but I did one self-tape, and then I was pinned, and then I did a chemistry read on Zoom, and then that's it.
Whoa, that's
wow, that's actually really surprising.
Thank you for thinking that I can carry a show, because I wouldn't.
Wow.
That's crazy, because for most of y'all who don't know, like usually like there's like multiple steps.
Oh yeah,
7 auditions.
Yeah,
screen
definitely.
Tests,
That's
like,
crazy.
In-person chemistry reads, the whole shebang.
Did you feel like you were gonna book it? Because you have, for me, I know probably for you too. Like you feel confident in auditions, and you're like,
I think I had a good feeling. One, because the character called for Asian American, which is, a whole other thing I can get into, but like you don't get that a lot.
Nope.
So I was like, okay, I got a good shot. Narrows the
playing field.
Narrows it a little bit. The character was really similar to myself. A lot of like things that I was interested in. I was excited about it, and I knew the casting office really well.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was like, okay,
this is
could be it.
Yeah, that's really sick. I don't know if Dylan literally just asked this question, but is there a role? And the question popped out of my head. That's
I think the shot is coming to him. The shot is coming to him.
That's crazy.
I've
never been talking, and my thought left my head as I was talking.
Mid-sentence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, how do you do that?
Wow.
Let him cook.
What was my question?
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. It's about a role.
Was there a role?
I got it. I'm good like this. Was there a role when you auditioned you thought you were gonna book it but didn't?
Was that it? Oh my God, that's
amazing.
beautiful.
That is amazing.
Dude,
that is amazing.
Dude,
that is
you can't stop us.
Amazing,
that was
bro.
beautiful.
That's actually really nice. That's great. That's great. That's great.
Beautiful moment.
That's great.
Dude, you can't stop
great.
us.
Thank you.
We should kiss.
That was my question.
Nothing.
You should kiss.
Yeah, was there a role? Was there a role?
Where you were really, like, you had the audition, I killed it, and then you didn't get it.
Dude,
yes.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's insane, actually.
That's crazy. Kenny felt it. Kenny felt it.
We should kiss.
Yeah.
We'll make like a little squeak.
Yeah. That's a highlight.
Oh, that's funny, bro. That's good. That's good.
Yes, there was. You know the Logan movie? The like Wolverine spinoff?
Yes.
I went in 8 times for that, and it was at the very beginning, and I like was doing improv in the room. I was like rewriting, like I would do improv in the room, and then the next script that they gave me was like the words that I said on the page, and I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking writing
For Daphne
this movie.
Keene's character?
Yeah, the young girl. I've never seen it because it scarred me.
No, okay.
But I really thought I was going to get
gosh.
that. But at the end of the day, I didn't speak Spanish. And I think they...
Okay,
That's
like the only dialogue she has.
Wow.
But they had me speaking Spanish. They had me speaking French. They were like, any different language you can speak, which I can't.
If you were in that movie and then you were now on this episode, I would be losing my mind.
I would be losing...
It makes me feel so much better. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. You knew what I meant. You knew that.
So you should. Yeah, thanks for doing that.
I'm sorry. I'll leave.
I understand it hurts if you watch it, but...
But that one was the one where I was like, okay, they know me really well. I've been in 8 times. I'm like,
that would have been
wow, really doing it.
She
was a lot younger than me.
Backstory for us, we love movies, and usually we talk about movies all the time. Like, we're trying to make our production company writing movies, writing short films right now, and like Logan is like definitely like one, like that's crazy, like that's insane. So I know it hurts.
So you blew my mind a little bit just now.
You kind of we blew our minds this one and then that just now. So that was a moment.
Wow. So did you meet James Mangold? No. He was in the room for
8 times though.
That's what I thought. That's what I was gonna say.
Like, what do you like? Yeah. I haven't been in that position. I've done like 3 times, maybe like 2 times. But like, what, like the, if you can say this, what is that process? 8 times or 7, whatever times you did.
I think they were also really early in the process of like they hadn't really finalized the script. They didn't know exactly what they were looking for. So like the initial one was just like the first sides. As it, got further, it was like doing improv. It was like doing, I haven't seen the movie, but in the beginning she was like very, like, she hadn't really seen the world. And
like, she's very internal.
So they had me like they gave me food in the room and they said, eat this.
As if you
like
were
you've never
Pringles,
had, yeah.
like you have never had it and haven't eaten for 3 weeks.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like
So
a
it's
lot
like
of
that.
improv and
Yeah, it was a lot
like
of
see like how
improv
you
and
react as a character.
Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, that leads into my next question, which is actually a really good segue.
Sick.
Which is another question I like to ask actors all the time.
Okay, sick.
How do you, with either like that Logan role or just in general, deal with rejection, which is like the name of our game?
It is the name of the game. You got to keep going.
How do you stay like motivated? I'm gonna keep going out for auditions. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, I think one of the main things is every time I do an audition, I send it out and never think about it ever again. That's a very I don't know if that's healthy, but
no, honestly, I think
honestly,
I've had
a lot.
I've had an acting class be like, after you audition, like go to Disneyland or something. Like just go go do something fun for the rest of the day and forget about your audition.
When I used to audition when I was younger and stuff, I would always like talk about it with my mom, like, oh, I felt good about this one, I felt bad about this one, and then I learned like it's just on my mind like almost every single day. So like now I've learned like I'll just tell my mom or anyone like, oh, it went good, we'll see what happens, and then it's just I think,
and it's not even about, I've just learned at a certain point it is about your performance, but there are so many other factors.
Oh my god,
you're too short, you're too brown,
your hair looks like
enough,
this.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like just having that mindset at the forefront of your brain. Like you really can't control anything. You
I think I learned.
You try your best.
Yeah, I think I learned that when I did Jungle Book, because it's not new, but the Mowgli. I was one out of the 3 that almost did Mowgli, but I was too tall and looked too old. Because if you watch the movie, he's tiny. He's tiny and stuff. So. That's when I kind of figured out. It's also like dance auditions too. Like they'll like if you have you line up, they'll be like, oh, thank you very much. You're just too tall. You're not, fit enough. But I think that I think people have to understand, if you're going into this world of like the industry, there's like so many factors you can't.
So many factors.
Like when did you figure that out? Was there an audition where you were like, oh, okay, maybe? Was it Logan? Like,
I think it was. That was like a turning point, I think, for me. And that's also when I kind of took a step back from doing so much immersive character work, because I did a lot of character work for that. And I was really immersed in the character and really like, my mind was revolving around this. And when I didn't get it, I was like, okay, I need to, take a step back. And I think there is some, energetic force in like, I don't chase, I attract kind of thing, where it's like, once you step back from something and say like, I don't need this, like this isn't going to save my life.
Everything doesn't ride on this.
Then, things come to you when you're like very grounded in yourself.
I've heard that too. I've heard people be like, the auditions I cared the least about were the jobs that I got.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
and even the ones I did like super shitty on.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So that,
thank you.
That,
you liked me?
Exactly. That exactly happened with me with New Girl. Is because when I went to New Girl, the audition, there was another OSHA kid that was at that same audition, And this is the time where I just came out of surgery and stuff for my lungs. And I went to the audition, and I was like, I'm just going to do this audition. I saw this other OSHA kid who was like, goes to OSHA for acting. I'm like, fuck, this guy does
Who was it?
I don't remember. I just remember I'm like, I've seen you at school.
Were you in New Girl?
Yeah.
What?
No.
See, I'm having my Logan moment right now.
See, come on.
This is my Logan moment. What?
Yeah. I was
what did you do?
We'll show you after. We'll show you
after.
Yeah,
But premise.
I've seen it.
I'll say the scene. So I think it was.
Do you know what season it's in?
I think it's season 5, but I'm not. I don't remember what. I think it's 1 or 2. But I was a kid under a car, and Winston.
I know the scene.
Winston saves me.
Hilarious.
That's crazy.
Are you?
He's like a national hero.
Yeah. Like he picks the car up, and like I come out of the car, and I'm like, "Thanks, officer," and he's like, "Call 911," and I'm like, "I feel fine."
Yeah, like we're reciting a dialogue.
Yeah.
So funny.
But it's literally like 2 lines. That was like that's my first and only like big like acting job. So I was like pretty proud of it. But
do you still get residuals?
I do. Yeah. I do. That's the best. That's the best part. Not a lot because I only had 2 lines, but hey, money is money. You know what I mean? But
that's sick.
But I remember like going into that audition, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna book it. Like I was like whatever about it, and then I ended up booking it, And then same as when I did Fresh Beat Band when I was super young in middle school. I auditioned for that, and there's so many, like, I think, like, the homies auditioned for, like, Gabe, like, a lot of the homies, dance homies, like, auditioned for that role, and I was like, all right, there's a lot of homies that are doing it, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll book it, and then I ended up booking it. It's always the auditions where I just feel shitty, or, like, feel whatever, and then I ended up booking it.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's just like it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care about this audition. You do it, you get it.
Yeah. And then filming New Girl, I had my pouch. It was right, like, a couple days after surgery. And I didn't tell like the director, I didn't tell like costume people, and like I just had like a pouch of like my fluid like coming out, like it's literally like a couple of days after my surgery, and I was like the most like action I had to do after surgery, like under a car, like coming out, like
my God.
It was crazy, but like I just knew I had to do it, like no matter what, like you know what I mean, like. It's just a thing you have to do. Like, you know when you know, too. Like, it's about everything. Sick. Yeah.
Go back and watch it.
It's so funny, too, because I'm not that type of person to really, like post about it or gloat about it or, like, do any... Like, I posted it when it happened, but that was, like, years ago. And, like, people are now rewatching New Girl. Like, once in a while, like, I'll get, like, DMs like, dude... You were on New Girl? Yeah. It's crazy. So I feel like I'm talking about myself. Like, that's too much of me. But
no, I love it.
But New Girl, I'm trying to, do that. Like, what for auditions now? What is like the first step for you to like be in that? I think we talked about it, but like for auditions, if it's, we'll say the scenarios. If it's an in-person audition, like what's the main thing you're focused on, and then if it's self-tape, what is like the first thing that comes to mind?
I simply can't even remember a time that
it's in person. Yeah,
happened. It
insane.
feels like
God, it's been a long time.
Long ago.
Insane.
But definitely like really memorizing for in person.
Mm-hmm.
That just getting it in your body and just playing around with it.
Yeah.
And then self tape. I really just have been adapting this mentality of like I really like doing cold reads for my self tapes. I think it's like, and then once I, if I get past the first round and if they like what they see, then I like really dive in, especially on set. Then you really have to like know your character inside and out. Yeah. But I think a lot of it is just like your gut reactions to things and just being able to, immerse yourself in the world. Because I like fashion, I use like my wardrobe to get myself into the character. I'm like big on that. Like I will like pick out my outfit in the eyes of the character.
Oh, that's cool.
And self-tapes are fun too because you can like last night I did a self-tape and she's supposed to be stealing a champagne bottle and I can actually like have a champagne bottle in my thing and like take a swig of it and that's fun because you can't, it's awkward to do that and just mimic it. Weird. So that's what I like about self-tapes.
Gotcha. When you do the world. When you do self-tapes, do you have a friend or is it your parents that, like, read with you?
Yeah, I'm actually, like, really nervous to read with my friends, to, like, act with my friends. So I usually, like, pay my brother to do it.
That's so funny.
Pay my brother or my mom. But I just, the one last night I did with my roommate, Sadie, who's an actress, and I think it's just like scary. Even though Sadie and I have worked in a movie together, we met on Kim Possible, so we have acted together.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I don't know. I'm just more comfortable doing it with someone who's not an actor.
Really interesting.
That's opposite of us.
That's
because I've
because you want like the camaraderie and like
because when before like being with him like 24/7. I would always have
some tension over there.
We all
He's sick of me.
Yeah,
he's sick of me.
But I would always have my mom do it because I didn't really have like friends like close too because I'm at like nowhere that acted. So I always have my mom and it's fine and stuff. But then I start doing with him and it's just for me it's just a different vibe and I can like be like the character. You know?
I get that.
And you get feedback too. It's like
you get feedback too.
So you get like because like I've done one. I got like a last minute self tape one time and I literally had to do it with my dad. Like I had no other option but to do it with my dad. And he's saying the lines, and every word that's coming out of his mouth is taking me out of the scene. Like, him talking, and I love him, and it's not his fault, but it's just like his like accent and like him talking, and it's just like I can't do the scene across from this.
It's the same for my mom because both of our parents are not from here, so like my mom like sometimes won't like know how to say a word, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like,
and they're supposed to be like your love interest. And you're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do?
It's like the scene right before you kiss.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's like,
That's funny. That's
funny. What's your like least? We're gonna stir the pot a little bit. What's like the one thing, and I won't say hate because we said that last episode. We don't like the word hate.
What do you not prefer?
What do you not prefer in the acting industry? Like, what do you dislike about the industry itself? And if you could change that, what would you do?
Great question. I think that it's hard sometimes because actors don't have as much control as you think that they do. It's a little bit like you're a pawn and you're being told how to dress, how to act. Your hair and makeup is being done. You're put there and being told what to do. Yeah. And there is room to like speak up and like, be collaborative about it, but it's hard. It depends on the set. And it's really, you can really get wrapped up in, wow, I'm not making a single decision for myself, even by like how I move my body and what I put on my body. Yeah. So I think that is something, especially being a girl too, it's something I had to, figure out and really like I'm learning day by day. But I think that's something that's just kind of like hard about the industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. There's always things to change, and I think with that, like with the social media too, it's another problem because people do see as actors like they think actors have so much control and all that, and you know what I mean. But like,
and even like just this project coming out, it's like people view you as your character,
right?
And like I didn't write the show. I love the writers. I think they're phenomenal, but it can paint people in different lights. And I saw this TikTok recently, and it said like writers really have like the power to make or break someone's career. Like if they're playing the villain, then people all around the world who see that show are going to see them as the villain. Yeah. And that's just kind of how it goes.
Actors will get like death threats.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Because of roles that they've played.
Well, because of the things they said or the things, their actions on like, like if
on a screen that is fake and scripted.
Yeah. I think Samuel L. Jackson talks about a lot about that when he did Django, because he always says like he's probably like the most hated like black man on that set, because like he plays a black man but like agrees with the slavery, you know what I mean? So but like that's just a movie, you know what I mean? Like but I think it's also hard like with like if we go into the example of Tarantino, like Tarantino isn't like a racist either. Like it's like hard to find that balance, you know.
He did do one weird thing, but it's okay. We don't have to talk about it.
I don't know what weird thing.
It's okay. We'll talk about it after. We don't have to talk about it on the podcast.
Why
it's
not?
Okay.
Just bring it up. Because
I want to work with him, you know? It's like if he casts me in a movie, I'm not be like, oh, you did that one thing. But like,
we'll cut it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
The question is like, when you get a role, or with your agents and stuff, is there things that are like off limits to you that you won't audition for that like goes against your morals?
Yeah. I mean, it's a case-by-case basis.
Like, would you do a Tarantino movie that, like, you are, against that,
it would be situational. If it was, like, a very moving, important project, of course, they need characters to play the other side.
Right, for sure, for sure.
But, yeah, it's interesting. In the beginning of my career, back before the industry is the way it is now, like I was going out for Hispanic roles. I was going out for Native American roles. And because I said I looked ambiguous.
Ethnically ambiguous. Ethnically ambiguous.
You know the term. Yes. And I was like, any work I can get, because no one was ever saying, we want a Filipino girl.
Yeah.
They were just like,
yep.
So I had to do what I could get. And I was, trying to learn Spanish and like doing all those things. And then it got to a certain point where I was like, this is not right.
Yeah,
I should never be playing a role where I'm pretending to be Hispanic. And so I told my agents, I was like, no more of that. I'm only going out for, any ethnicity or Filipino.
Right. And honestly, that is one thing that I've seen get better over the years.
I think so too.
Because when I was younger, all agents would be like, okay, what are you? Okay, but you could play Indian, you could play Mexican, you could play I don't really get that much.
I think for me too personally, I think my manager has been really good on that too. Like, and then every year too, like we talk about like what am I not good with, like. Will I not be okay with this, or like if this role is that not comfortable with this? Like he always makes, for me, my manager always like said like make a list of what you won't audition for and the things that you're okay with.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually another Django example, which is we don't have to cut out, but Leo was like they had to like delay filming some days because Leo was getting really flustered with having to scream the N-word at Jamie Foxx and these people. And then there's an interview about this, and Samuel L. Jackson was like, I walked up to Leo and I was like, bro, it's another Tuesday for us. We're at work. Just get your shit done. Let's do it.
That's cool.
And it was like, so it's like, it's hard though. Cause I get that. Like I understand but
that, and then I think that brings, maybe for me, it just clicked for a question is like, how important is it for you to get along with the people you work with? And we won't say the title, but like, is there a job you've been worked at and you have like a partner or people that you worked with, you're like, you're interesting, but like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, has that like, how important is that to you? And has there been a situation where you needed like, okay, this is a job, but like, I probably won't see you after?
Yeah. It's interesting. It's very important. I think it's not like a make or break thing because obviously I'm an actor and I have to figure it out. Even if I hate the person and I'm supposed to be in love with them, then I gotta look like I'm in love with them.
Definitely.
But I think it makes a very big positive difference because on Freeridge we were literally like hanging out on our off days. Like we didn't have to see each other, and I think that really like cultivated like there is so much room for play when you actually like know and love the person that you're working with. But yeah, it's a slippery slope. I feel like acting is really interesting because it's not like you're coworkers with these people, but it's a lot more casual than that. It's not like you're in a corporate environment where so people are hanging out and people are chatting and people are swearing, and it's like you're more like friends on a big set. And I think that's where you kind of have to set boundaries for yourself. If you don't, not vibing with someone, you gotta like, it's just a little different.
Yeah, you keep it professional.
Yeah. Always professional. What's your favorite thing to do with like what's an icebreaker thing you love to do with like cast members or like?
Ooh,
you know what I mean? Like
fun. Drink.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one. No, it's a good one.
Drink or like have you ever played We Are Not Really Strangers?
That sounds familiar.
I've never.
We Are Not Really Strangers.
That sounds familiar.
You get real close real quick.
Yeah. What is it? Wait,
it's like a card game, and you there's like 3 different rounds, and you like ask questions about how you're perceived, and like people's like biggest fears come out.
Oh wow. So feelings are hurt in this game. You get real
feeling. You write like love letters to each other.
Oh damn! Like, I'm ready to hurt feelings.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. It's all cordial here. That's
funny.
So we were playing that in the trailer, and like I'm a big like game girl.
Like video games or like card games?
No, like card games.
Okay.
Like bananagrams.
I fucking no. Oh my god. Oh my god, Ciara. No one I know will play this game with me.
I will play this game with you.
Fucking love that game. I love that game.
I was playing it alone in my trailer. All through Freeridge filming.
Hey yo, can we just say though, you never brought this shit up, so don't say
it's
no one.
Bro, it's yes. 5 years. Bro, I met you like 8 months ago. I met you like 8 months ago, dude. What? In person? Yeah, well, I wanted to play with you when you're in North Carolina. It's on the table. I gotta play in front of you.
Okay, wait. Hey, you gotta explain this game.
It's
now.
a word game. It's kind of
put us on blast.
Scrabble, but like easier.
It's like Scrabble with no board.
Yeah.
You have a bunch of letter tiles, and then you gotta make words in your own little, and it comes in a banana sack.
Oh, I've seen this before. Like
it's so fun. It's so fun.
Dude, I've
Great,
never.
let's do a Bananagrams party.
You just clicked something in him, though. I've never seen him react like that in my life. That was another Mo. Like, that was another level of Mo.
Those are my two kryptonites, Logan and Bananagrams.
Crazy. This dude has a crazy personality.
Literally no one I know likes that game. Not a single person.
Dude, don't say no one because we're right here.
You guys wouldn't like that game.
I know you wouldn't like that. You have no friends. It's just us.
It's way more fun than Scrabble. Sorry.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
It's like faster paced. It's like...
I kind of don't like Scrabble, but I like Bananagrams.
Speak your truth. Yeah.
Speak your truth, man. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, man. See, we're video. I mean, I'm not really a video game, but games we like do the video games. We should do more board games, man.
Dude, let's have game nights.
Oh.
No,
Settlers of Catan.
See, I don't have 6 hours.
Settlers.
I don't have 6 hours to waste.
Yeah, but you got 6 hours.
It doesn't have to be 6 hours if you're good.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a challenge. That's crazy.
All right, get the Catan out. I'm just kidding.
All right, so we're ending the episode now. We're doing.
We're gonna live stream the game. Just watch us play.
That's so is your favorite board game Bananagrams?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Do you play video games?
I don't.
Wow.
I voiced video games.
Hey, wait.
What have you voiced?
There's this game called Neo: The World Ends with You, and it's like this.
Neo?
I don't. Yeah.
Like Nioh?
No.
Okay.
I have to fact check myself.
No, it's okay. That's amazing.
But it was like the English version of this very, very popular Japanese game, and it was very fun. And
that's the game I'm talking about.
And like match the mouth, and I was like a cute.
Wow, I've played that game. That's crazy. I've heard your voice in a game I've played.
You've played that game?
I have played that game. That's the game I was talking about.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's really funny.
That's so cool.
That's crazy.
That is so cool.
That's insane. And EO.
No, yeah, that's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, I played that.
Thank you for fact checking me.
That's dope. Is that the only video? Have you done other videos? Or that the first time?
I've done a lot of voiceover stuff. I think that's the only video game I can remember. I did a lot of voiceover stuff in the beginning of my career, so maybe there's some stuff there. But.
What do you like doing voiceovers?
I do. It's fun. You can like work in your pajamas.
So. Yeah.
That's very.
I've done 2 voiceover jobs.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
So now let's go more personal too now.
Okay.
You know, you working a lot, you doing all this. Like, what is the thing to get you like? Because you know, work can be overwhelming. What's the thing to like get your mind free of all that and like just live life? Like, what's your?
That's a great question. I think it's something I'm still figuring it out.
Like, we all are.
I think this past year has been like a big shift for me because it was my first series regular. It was my first time working that much for 3 months straight and then not working. I mean, I did like guest stars here and there, but just not working and then doing press this past 2 months was like a crazy whirlwind, just like a lot on the mental. And I think I've really had to kind of try and figure out how to balance myself. I think I have some great roommates. I got a cat last year, which is lovely, a little calico kitty.
Nice.
Her name is Sushi.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sushi.
Yeah. I love cats. Yeah, I used to have 2 cats.
We have a very similar personality in learning. And I think I meditate when I can. And just, you know, I think just like acknowledging that I need balance in my life. And when things move too fast, I need like, there have been times where I'm like, okay, I'm not taking any auditions for this month. I need to like step back.
Deload. Yeah.
Figure it out. Do my laundry for the first time in months and just like breathe.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'll be ready to like, but it's hard. You have to really like learn that by trial and error. You can't, it's a lot.
I have a question for you, if that's okay. In your role as Demi, you played like a very like spiritual person with like the crystals and the tarot cards. Would you say that that's in line with yourself in any way whatsoever? Are you into that type of stuff?
Yeah, so I actually
repeat the question. Yeah.
Our producer is clutch.
You're recording it?
Killer. Yeah, so I wasn't really into that whole world. I actually didn't believe in astrology before this character, and I was like, it's a whole part of Demi's personality.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I need to do tons of research. Okay. And so I got really into it, and I fell in love with it. And it's like a very, like, I read my tarot cards last night. Like, I learned how to read tarot cards.
That's
and
crazy.
I had a friend who, like, gave me a book, and I'm now super into it, and it's become, like, a big part of my life. But, yeah.
When you were talking about how you feel like your own personality meshed well with the character that you played, I was thinking about it because I did watch your show.
Oh, you did?
Because he was like, oh, we're having Ciara Wilson. She played on Freeridge, and I was like, oh, that keeps popping up on my Netflix. Like, I'll watch it just to, like, see, like, what her role is. And I watched it, and I was like, and then you said that, and I was like, oh, I wonder if she's, like, spiritual in any way. Or I think that's cool that it kind of, like, introduced you.
Yeah, it totally did. And it was at the perfect time in my life. I was going through, like, a really big life change, and I was like, I need to grasp something. And, yeah, it's huge. Are you, like, spiritual in that way?
I would say I am. Yeah. My mom is a lot, and so when she kind of got into that world, that realm, she introduced it to me, and I thought it was really cool, and I believe in it personally. Yeah. But I don't usually, like, I don't talk about it with these guys.
Yeah. Well, it is, like, a personal thing. It's, like, that's what I think is so cool about it. It can be whatever you want it to be for you.
No, keep going, never mind.
Hey, don't shit on. Hey.
I talk about, no, but Neil and I have, like, we'll talk about that type of stuff, but you, like, I don't talk about that stuff.
When it comes to astrology, all I know is I'm a Sagittarius. I can't.
Oh, okay. No, I'm kidding.
Most people don't. Like,
I'm totally
what are
kidding.
you?
Yeah. Scorpio.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, when you say that,
I know.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Like when. I know.
Do you want to guess what I am?
Are you an earth sign?
I'm not, but that's a good guess.
You're a water
I have
sign.
Earth sign in my.
You're a water sign.
Is it your
Water sign.
It is my moon.
what did she say?
It's her moon.
They don't understand. Just know.
Pisces.
I don't know you very well.
Yeah.
But I would say,
I'm a Pisces.
That's why. That's all.
I am a fire sign. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
See,
I
like,
can't
how do
believe
you
you got
know?
that. That's crazy.
See, like, I don't get, like...
When is Aries?
Yeah.
See, like, how do you...
What?
Like, bro,
You want to
like...
guess my rising while you're at it?
I don't know. Is it air?
Yes. Actually, I don't know if that's
I mean,
air.
please guess it. That'd be so funny.
I think it's air.
Signs I always get mixed up. So
Yeah, I get the air and water mixed up. I think it's air.
What month is Aries? When's your birthday?
March 26th.
Oh, shit, it's...
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
Oh,
one
shit.
from yesterday.
Hey, cut that out.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. What are we shooting?
I think.
Pull up your co-star.
While you're doing that, though, like, I can't be that person to be like, someone says, like, oh, I'm an Aries, and then people be like, oh, I don't
memorize.
like.
I feel
That's
like.
a lot to memorize, but also it's just like
Is it Aquarius? No.
Pisces.
Pisces.
Dude, I'm just guessing out of my ass. I don't know.
it'd actually be crazy if it was Libra because I'm a Libra moon.
I'm a Libra rising.
You are a Libra rising?
Yes.
Okay.
See, but what does that mean, though?
It means so much. You just gotta read.
Pull up coast. Yeah.
Do you notice that? So, like, when you got into that, like, did you start noticing, like, people's, like signs and stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot of, I do think it's really important to know the big three. I don't know if you...
What's the big three?
Because it's like... Yeah,
What's
because
the
your
big
sun
three?
sign, what people like say, like Sagittarius is your sun sign, that is just like a portion of your personality.
Mm-hmm.
So your sun sign is what you're kind of born with. That's like based on the date and the time.
And then isn't there a one where, like, how I perceive myself to others?
Yeah, okay, so I did kind of explain this.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know.
This is the easiest way, and this isn't completely accurate, but this is how people who aren't into this stuff understand it the best.
That's me.
Your moon is how you perceive yourself, your own emotions, your own love, your whatever.
What am
And then your Aries is how other people in the outside world perceive your emotions.
All right, so let's test Ciara then. What you think mine is and what you think his is?
I just told her what mine was.
No, your moon.
Oh, sorry.
I don't, the thing is, that's not something that I could know.
Off
how
of an
you
hour of talking to us.
perceive
Yeah.
What are you talking about? An hour is a long. An hour is a long time. I'm just saying. Yeah. But I like it's crazy to me. I think it's really cool that like people can like.
It's interesting.
But like to me, sometimes when there's certain people that I know that be like, oh, I don't like an Aquarius. I don't like that. And I'm like, how do you like just meet the person?
I feel like it's just I've seen it as a personal thing. Like I like to read about it to know about myself.
No, that's very cool.
I'm not gonna judge anyone.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like when people do that because then it's just like I think it gives the astrology like world and all that like meaning just like a negative connotation. It's just like you're not even gonna like talk to the person like just off the sign you're gonna say like and you see all those like TikToks, you know, like when they like when dumbass people like ask like what's the red flag sign, like what can't you date, and I'm like, how do you know you can't date that person? You know what I mean? That's Charlie.
Charlie.
I had a question.
I have our good wrap up question. If you're ready,
you fucking do that, my man.
Okay. Usually we do a would you rather like an insane would you rather question.
Wait. Before we finish that, I did that. That's why I brought up her personal shit. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Are you an avid moviegoer, TV watcher? Like,
yeah, I have super shitty taste in TV. I've been told that.
Okay, well, let's test it out. What's like your favorite show right? Not right. Maybe what's your favorite show of all time, and then what's your favorite show right now? Okay,
disclaimer. So I love like obviously I'm an actor and I love watching TV and movies with substance that are very important for the world. But sometimes when I watch like TV, I want to escape the world in my mind. And so like I'm a really big fan of like cooking shows.
Okay.
Hey, that's like cooking shows. And that's my favorite show of all time is Project Runway, which makes sense with
Okay.
So like fashion design competition.
Yeah.
But
okay,
like,
respect.
What about a scripted show?
Yeah, scripted.
What about No, that's totally valid. No, that's totally valid. That's totally valid. I just mean,
have you seen Russian Doll?
No, but I've heard of it.
Phenomenal show.
Okay.
Natasha
Okay.
Leone, phenomenal.
Okay.
Really?
I would highly recommend. It's a very easy watch.
Okay.
It's very surprising.
And Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
Gotcha. You gotta watch on Netflix. You gotta watch Mindhunter.
I think I've heard of that.
It's
highly recommend.
It's David Fincher. And it's like about serial killers. We always talk about it because it's like the best show on Netflix.
Wow.
But
whoa, I mean,
well, we got Freeridge.
The best show on Netflix.
Second best show.
Okay, sorry. Second. My bad. Second best show. But that's another recommend. But we gotta watch Russian Doll.
I'm down.
You gotta watch Mindhunter.
Okay, I will.
What's a favorite movie? What's your all-time favorite, of all time, and then what's your recent favorite?
Okay, I have answers.
Okay.
All-time favorite movie is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting take.
Yeah,
I like
think
that.
there's a lot of discourse about loving versus hating that movie, but
for sure.
Love it.
For sure.
And favorite movie recently, Babylon.
Nice.
Pleasure doing work with you. That is my number 2 movie of 2022.
Nice.
Dude, I was speechless when I left the theater. And I went back and watched it again after. It was
beautiful. If it wasn't for me this year, last year 2022, if it wasn't for Everything Everywhere, it would be my number 1. Everything Everywhere.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That one's I hope it takes it this year for Oscars, but we'll see because. But I'm really Babylon got no recognition this year. Yeah.
Did Babylon not come out this year in 2023?
It came out 2022, buddy.
Boogie Nights is like 70s.
Yeah. 80s.
Yeah. See, 70s is my favorite era. I should watch that.
Yeah.
Really, very cool.
But Babylon, I like that.
So good.
I was speechless at the ending.
Yeah.
The only part that threw me off was the Avatar, where it showed.
Yeah, that was the. Like
that's
the split second at the end,
yeah.
That what happened? I was like, wait, what? What did I just see?
But it was still like amazing, and I think it got no recognition at Oscars.
They just don't get it.
Yeah,
they just don't get it.
Wow, yeah, they don't get it.
No disrespect to the Oscars.
Yeah. That was actually a perfect segue into my question.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
So we're not gonna do a would you rather this time. We usually do, but. I feel like it's more fun.
Okay.
You're stranded on an island.
Okay.
And you only have 3 movies with you that you can watch for the rest of the time that you're stranded.
I like that.
Island.
Can we all answer this?
We can all answer this. Yeah.
Let's do it.
What 3 movies would you choose? I like this because it's not necessarily what are the 3 best movies.
It's just
what it's like I wouldn't want to watch Babylon forever.
I also would not.
Yeah,
I'd be overstimulated. Overstimulated.
So your 3.
That's a great.
Your
question.
3 island movies.
I like that. I'm
gonna have to think.
No,
it's good. I have a movie list on my.
Do you have Letterboxd?
I don't. Oh, I know what it is.
Literally same.
A lot of my friends do.
You have to get it. You have to get it. You have to get it.
Do you know 3 movies you'd say?
I have to look at my Letterboxd.
Okay, I could probably pull it out of my ass. We're okay.
I'm dead. I'm the only one that should know that. Okay.
Let's. Oh, you know what? This is kind of tough, actually. Yeah. 3 movies for. I'm trying to think of.
Ratatouille.
I'm trying to think of the movies that I've seen the most already. Like.
Wait, so you have a list? What do you have an app, or you just write down your shit?
I just write down movies I like.
Really?
So I should just get.
You should just get Letterboxd. You should just get Letterboxd.
Doing like DIY Letterboxd.
Dude, we should really just like post these and send these to Letterboxd because we talk about it every goddamn episode. Like, Letterboxd.
Hit us up.
Honestly.
Please hit us up.
All right, do you have your list?
I think I do.
Let's
I
hear
think
it.
I have my top 3.
Let's hear it.
Starting off strong with Shrek.
That's a good one.
Shrek is a feel-good movie.
Yeah,
I feel like I could watch it many, many times.
Yep, respect.
Okay, if I want something a little more like mentally engaging, there is a movie called Dog Day Afternoon. Have you heard of it?
Sounds familiar.
It is one of my top 5 favorite movies.
Dog Day Afternoon.
What?
It does. This guy is a movie buff more than me and Mo, so he would know.
Then you should know this one because it's the only like award-winning movie without a soundtrack. There's no music.
Wow.
You know?
Directed or acting?
And it's based on a true story. Acted.
What's the name one more time?
Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon. Dog Day Afternoon.
Kind of. But it's kind of funny.
I'm gonna write that down.
Okay.
In a way, but it's based on a completely true story.
Interesting. I
Really
like.
cool.
Okay, that's got to go on the watch list.
Yeah.
That's got to go on the watch list. Number 3.
Number 3 is a Disney Channel original movie called The Luck of the Irish.
I know that one.
Yeah.
I know that one.
The Luck of the
It's
Irish.
my favorite DCOM. I think it's just hilarious.
Nice.
Gotcha. Is that
nice.
recent
In
or is that old?
ironic way.
Is that old? Is that older?
It's old. It's like
older?
early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luck of the Irish.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're fast with that.
All right.
People.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's got Letterboxd.
Yeah,
Letterboxd.
okay.
You gotta get.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get Letterboxd.
All
All right, what's your top 3?
Go.
Grown Ups.
Nice.
I like that.
I've seen that movie 20 times.
I like that.
The Wolf of Wall Street. I was. That's funny. I was just telling you about it. I've seen that movie maybe a dozen times.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I don't. It's like 3 hours, but I don't know. I could just keep.
But
watching
it does. To me, it doesn't feel like 3 hours
No,
though.
it's like fast paced.
Yeah, it's really
fun.
fast paced. It's really fun.
Grown Ups, Wolf of Wall Street.
That's good. That's good.
Another fun one.
That's good.
Another fun one. Do I do it? Do I do it?
I know what you're gonna.
Do I do it?
I know what you're fucking.
Do I do
I
it?
know what you're doing. I know.
Do
what
I
you're
do
doing.
it?
Can I say it for you?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I have
knew
to.
it.
I have to. I have. Yeah, the
That's
movie.
valid.
I have
Speak
to.
your truth.
I have to. Not the one that came out this year, the 2018 one.
See?
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yeah.
And we don't.
Yeah.
Disrespect right there. It's Dragon Ball.
They
right
were
there.
kind enough to let me bring a little bit of myself to the
That's
set.
sweet.
You know,
Yeah.
we got to.
Really makes the room.
2 things. Yeah, he's down there too. That's true.
Down there.
It's very
Yeah.
cute.
All right. Top 3.
Yeah, he's also over here. Yeah.
I gotta go. Like you said, Grown Ups, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta go with another comedy movie that I've seen multiple. I can say like all the lines.
It's gonna be.
Back.
That.
What?
No, say it. Say it.
Step Brothers.
Oh, and that's not. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's
Step
a good one.
Brothers.
That's a good one.
Me and my dad will recite that movie like every day when we see each other. Like it's kind of crazy. If I do want to get like really like mind twisted and very like into it, like really movie is Tennant. Tenet.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I don't know if I could do that forever. But that
but-
is a really
but
good
you
one.
but you got Step Brothers and Tenet.
That's
Like if
true,
you want to be
that's true,
funny,
that's true.
You know what I mean? And then I got 2 deciders. It's either Another Funny One, which is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, great film.
Or it's Gone Girl. Because I remember.
Wait, Gone Girl or what? Sorry.
Or Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Because when Gone Girl did come out, that was one of the first movies I was like, wow, that's I want to start writing movies. That was one of the first movies I was like, damn, I want to start writing movies. And I'm not a writer. If you watch this podcast, you know I'm not good at English. So,
it is your first language.
And it is my first language. That's the crazy part. That's the twist.
Born and raised in Lake Forest.
I might have to go Ferris Bueller's Day Off because I remember watching.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, so
it's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
I was almost named after that movie.
You?
It's my dad's favorite movie, and he was gonna name me Sloan.
Wow.
Wow. And I'm upset.
Sloan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right, that's how we end it, man. That's an incredible episode right there for you.
And I'm not biased.
It could be a little bit the 2 shots though. Yeah. He could be feeling 2
What shots?
You're right.
Yeah.
We didn't take any shots. No, thank you for coming on, Ciara. Like,
thank you.
It's really a privilege, coming like right after you did all your press, like we congratulate you. It's so dope to see you that.
Appreciate it.
We wish you best of luck. Everything is coming up. And for people that are listening, not watching, what are your tags? Where can they find you? What's your @?
Yes, my @ on Instagram, it's Ciara Riley Wilson, CIARA RILEY WILSON. My TikTok is Ciara Wilson XO, I believe. And those are the socials I use.
And if you're watching, thank you for watching.
Thank you for what? Yeah.
Thank you for seeing our beautiful faces. Like, subscribe. We don't usually say this, but now we're doing it this season. And make sure you put a comment below. Make sure you go watch Freeridge. It's on Netflix now. And
keep an eye out. She's gonna do. What'd you say?
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one. What's your 3 top movies you would take to an island?
Let us know.
And we will see you next week. Just do the damn thing.